I posted this clip on social media, and 35 million views later, the #1 comment I got on it is, "I want to play," or "How can I play?" Well, for all of you that said that, I tried it, and it didn't go well. Let me explain. I'm very lucky. I live right down the road from Shepherd Stadium, where Cosmic Baseball is based out of. If you don't know, Cosmic Baseball was started in 2024 right here, where it was first a bunch of college kids from their CPL league team. Initially a promotion to draw fans in for a night or two, things snowballed and it's turned into a complete tour. Both at home and on tour dates, they play baseball in the daytime, then they switch over to night mode. And that's where the magic happens. I was able to link up with the team and get in a few practices in advance of their tour stop in Nashville, Tennessee, one of their most highly anticipated dates, which would be in front of a sold-out stadium of over 11,000 fans. Little did they know that I was trying to secretly lobby my case for them to let me play Cosmic Baseball. Well, sort of. Practice is pretty chill. They let me warm up with them and take a few grounders. Baseball is pretty tough even in the daylight, let me tell you. But as they practiced, I noticed that they did a lot more than just ball. It's not like any team you and I have ever been a part of. Guys are filming their own content, they work on celebrations, and they also have to practice their intros and the transition to darkness. Once that was done, they let me take BP with them.
Down to it. Yeah!
And I'll tell you all about that right after this. Do you know what I'm absolutely sick of? Getting spam texts and robocalls that really irritate me. How do these people get our numbers without our consent? Well, they are called data brokers and they make billions by making you and me a target for online scams. That's why I recommend Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Data brokers are legally required to remove your info. However, they make it really hard and confusing. Aura steps in, gets your info off of these sites, and keeps it off. I worry the most about my mom. As she gets older, she's more susceptible to falling for scammers, and she isn't tech savvy enough to stop it. All I have to do is install the app on her phone, and she's safe. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You will get alerts if your info is found on the dark web. You'll get real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking. It has a VPN, antivirus, US-based support, a password manager, and more. And if anything happens, they include $5 million in identity theft protection. You can try Aura free for 14 days at www.aura.com/5points, and in 2 weeks, you'll discover where your data is being exposed and sold. Again, that's www.aura.com/5points to try Aura 14 days for free. BP did not start well. Look, I'm no spring chicken. I'm 48 years old, but it looks like I need to employ a team of surgeons to start getting my hips to actually rotate on my swing. Finally, I started catching a few barrels and the friendly chirping started to die down just a little bit. I heard you guys back there. Until I asked the players to give me a rating.
Y'all saw me hit, what do you give me out of 10?
I didn't see enough swings to give you a rating.
I'm gonna say it's a 6 out of 10.
6
You were
out of-
able to spray a little bit.
When's the last time you swung?
7 out of 10 because I actually had to move around the shag, which was nice.
I'm gonna give a solid 7 only because after the first 3 horrible swings, you got in a great groove. And all I heard was barrels after that.
Oh! 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, I'll take it.
I'm gonna give that a good 5. I'm gonna give it a good 5. That's in between 10, but not 0, you know? It's right in the middle. It means not too bad, not too good.
Man, I got so cooked. Thanks, Jalen, for that 7, though. It really helped my confidence.
When's the last time you swung?
But I would get another chance to show off, and this time it would be on a AAA diamond. Arriving in Nashville, I had one goal in mind: take BP under the cosmic lights. But before that, I found out some secrets of First Horizon Park.
So this is something that's really interesting. I'm in the visiting dugout here, and the tunnel that leads down from the dugout, it leads to this complete dead end. So there is no direct clubhouse access from visiting clubhouse to the dugout.
The seats behind home plate are actually below the field. It's really unique. The scoreboard is a tribute to the old one at Greer Stadium, and First Horizon Park was built upon the site of Sulphur Dell, one of the weirdest ballparks in minor league history. The right field fence was only 260 feet, and they had a hill which the right fielder would stand upon during the game. That's crazy. All right, back to Cosmic Baseball. I was really nervous because I know how important it is not to take reps from other players, and more importantly, not waste anyone's time. Once again, the team worked on practicing their routines and celebrations. It was all fun. They even let me try to learn the Pump It Up dance, and I totally nailed it. Finally, the regular lights came on and it was time for practice. That's what's super chill about Cosmic Baseball. It's not terribly strict in terms of player access. The atmosphere is just super fun and inviting. Finally, it was time for BP. Would they let me in for a few glow-in-the-dark reps? Well, let me tell you, hitting a Cosmic Baseball is not easy.
Rolled over.
At first, the ball jumps on you really fast, but after a few swings, I finally started hitting a few. It's kind of like riding a bike, but a little different. Once I finally found my groove, it was over. 2 rounds and about 15 swings. And trust me, it was about as fun as it looks. I mean, I'm taking BP on a AAA baseball field. But that would not be the most fun I had all weekend. After BP, I went out into the field and got to field a few grounders. That was also a blast. Once again, the ball gets on you fast, but in some ways it's easier to see the glowing ball than it is a baseball in the bright midday sun. Plus, this is just way cooler. I didn't really mess up that many. So after they got a look at me, I asked Coach Felvis if he thought I was good enough to play Cosmic Baseball.
You saw me play, you saw me take grounders, and you saw my swing. Can you give me an evaluation and tell me if I'm good enough to play Cosmic Baseball?
Absolutely not. Gotta get a lot better. Gotta get a lot better all the way across the board.
I mean, I wasn't really actually trying out, but that's not the end of the story. Day 1 passed and it was time for the actual show. It was an amazing game, and it's better to leave the baseball to the professionals, both in the daylight and glowing. Now, remember how Coach said I wasn't good enough? Well, they must have felt sorry for me because at game 2, the team agreed to let me shag for the home run derby that they do after every inning. And I asked if it was okay if I could wear a uniform so I could have the same experience as the players. And somehow they agreed. Luckily, I was able to get a jersey from the merch tent, and I got some help finding an extra pair of pants. And this was the super fun part. The players who have had the privilege of spending time around all weekend had no idea I was going to be dressing like them for the glow portion of the evening. I kept that a secret. So I hid my uniform in that tunnel area I told you about and changed during halftime without them noticing until, of course, they did.
You didn't know? It was a secret. It was like a big secret.
Got 5 points out here, y'all. What y'all know about it? He's about to glow tonight.
Then the lights went out and it was glow time. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to shag for the home run derby, as you cannot be on the field during the laser show, which is happening at the same time. And I did get to collect balls afterwards, and it's fun being yelled at by a 12-year-old to have you throw them the ball repeatedly. And let me tell you, glowing with the players, being in the dugout, that was well worth the entire experience. Probably the most fun I've ever had on a baseball field. My face literally lit up under the reflection of the jersey. You might not ever get this close to the field, and I'm thankful I did. But if you are lucky enough to go to one of the upcoming tour stops or perhaps next year, you're gonna wanna cop their merch so you can glow in the dark too. You don't wanna be in the stands feeling left out. So maybe I didn't get to play actual Cosmic Baseball, but close enough. Join me for part 2 when I show you what a day in the life of a real Cosmic Baseball player is like. Special thanks to Matt Bowman, Anna Kate Liebold, Chris Martin, Alex Ferguson, George G, and all the players from the Cosmic Chili Peppers and Glowmojis. Y'all rock. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.
Check out the drip. Check out the drip. Oh yeah. This the glow in the dark right here.